Just fucking do it. Subscribe now.
Stay seated. It's all right. You're not supposed to, I'm not going to say anything, but I can feel the tension in the room. I can see the fear in your eyes. And it's rightfully placed there. How many minutes do I have to talk before we eat? I hate making the same motherfucking speech seminar after seminar.
Make a different one then.
No, well, the different one is you're all going to succeed. That's a fucking lie, because you're all going to fail. I would be disingenuous and I would be just like all the other cocksuckers. You're going to know it's easy. And I got an upsell aside, so fuck your upsells. And I get tired of saying I'm the last town. I'm not going to say that. Nobody's inspired in this room. Not a one of you. Well, you all look uninspired anyway, so I don't. But I'm your last bet, kids. I'm it or a bullet in your head. Metaphorically speaking. I can't say that because one of you is going to blow your brains out and then your wife's going to sue me or your girlfriend or somebody's going to sue me. So metaphorically speaking, you ought to put a gun in your motherfucking head. You got a nice fat head, a black head. You got to jam it up to the roof of your mouth. No bullshit, because we've had people blow the side of their cheeks out. They can't even kill themselves right. Now, you realize laughing and smiling is a coping mechanism for insecurity, you fucking idiot? Nobody's ever told you that before, have they? So tomorrow nobody's going to smile or laugh. It's a coping mechanism for your insecurity. If your parents had done a half-assed job, but the reason why, this is different speech, honey. This is, if your parents had done even a half-assed mediocre job, you wouldn't be here. You better take care of your brother because your brother is a fucking wasted space. I just wanted to tell you that. And for you, a couple of you that are old, I'd like to say that you had a better chance, but you don't. You got less of a chance. You got too many bad habits. It's an easy model, kids. Easy meaning you need none of your own money. Most of you had no money, so you fall into that category easily. And secondly, it's there's a plethora of opportunities now. You may hate President Trump or love him, but he has changed the financial world forever. Forevermore. Whether you're from Cambodia, England, Netherlands, wherever the hell you're from, he has changed the market forever, ever. They announced a couple of days ago the numbers for unemployment, etc. in the United States. 50, 60-year records. And how have you benefited from the greatest transformation of wealth in the history of mankind so far? How have you benefited? Not a fucking at all. Right, Doc? For those of you that have higher education, you're going to fail. For those of you that are Asian, you're going to fail. For those of you that are devout religious, anything, you're going to fail. And I'll explain to you in the next few days why. If love and religion got the job, none of you motherfuckers would be here. Who are the most religious people on the planet? The poorest. And why are they the most religious? Because they have no fucking hope. But they're smart enough to understand it. You dipshits aren't. Oh, thank you. And for those of you that don't drink, Allah be with you. But if you get through this fucking program without drinking, you're more man than I am. And I realize some of you don't drink for religious reasons. What kind of fucking religion is that? And some of you don't drink for medical reasons. Off YouTube, I'll tell you what I think about that too. And I've met with a few of you, unfortunately. And it's already come up, am I happy? If you came here because you thought you were going to get happy, you came to the wrong place. You wasted money. If you don't think money can buy happiness, you don't know where to shop. Of course, the other side of that is you never had any money. 2 or 3 of you are from reasonably well-to-do families. And you're still here. Most of you are from shitbag families. And you're still here. One of you is from a rich family. And you're still here. Success leaves fucking clues, you fucking morons. It's not where you come from. It's not how you were treated. It's how you interpret how you were treated. There's not enough self-esteem in this room, other than my wife and my staff and me. Self-esteem is the bedrock of high performance. But the good news is 98% of the high performance people in the world are introverts just like you. Musk, Warren, Bill, to name 3. I can't say that about Steve, God rest his soul, Steve Jobs, because he wasn't an introvert. He was not an introvert. But the program is open to, we do not discriminate vis-a-vis being introvert or extrovert, but 98% of the high performance people on the planet are introverts. Introverts. You're going to see webinars, Zoom calls with about, depending on the class and depending on the questions and depending on the level of stupidity, between 10 and 15 of my high-performance kids that have come through in the last 12 months. And I will ask you, which ones do you resonate with? Some of the kids you won't be able to resonate at all with. And it'll be a mixture of guys and gals. It'll be a mixture of guys and gals. But you may not choose to use QLA once you leave here. But it is forever in your DNA, even a little. And you can never say again, I didn't know how. You don't know what you don't know, etc. Because you may not choose to be the conductor of the orchestra, but you have the ability, come when you leave here in a few days, to conduct a financial orchestra for the first time in your lives. And I talked to one financial professional. He might consider himself that. I don't consider him that. I consider him a financial unprofessional so far. And he got the model exactly backwards. For those of you that have degrees, secondary degrees, doctors, lawyers, you're doomed. The odds are stacked that much more against you to be able to complete QLA. Because you've learned to regurgitate sequential facts. This is not a sequential program. I.e., why it's called quantum leap, because you leap over the steps. And even though intellectually, maybe giving you the benefit of the doubt, you're capable of intellectually leaping over the steps, in actuality, very few are. Because we have 2 bank accounts in life. We have an emotional bank account. We have a financial bank account. Most of you are fucking dirt poor from a financial bank account, but you're even more dirt poor from an emotional bank account. So for those of you that have a few $1 million, which is, by normal standards, I guess okay, it's chump change, but your emotional bank account's lower. So far, the people that I've talked to, and it's representative, I know you're going to say, I'm different. Well, I talked to you, actually. I'm different. You're not. Most of you shouldn't have been born. Should have rolled down the inside of your mama's fat thigh. Based on, have you created or benefited the planet in any way, shape, manner, or form? And the answer is no. Doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to die that way. And I stand on my results. I stand on my track record. But there are now, I'm told, by the pundits, the Dan Locks and the Bruce Whipples and the Brian Rose of these world, that between 1 and 2 million kids are practicing QLA now. I only train 200 a year. Because 95% of all you're going to learn this week is free on the website. And I'll be able to tell by tomorrow, mid-afternoon tomorrow, who has read the fucking shit I told you to read and who hasn't, based on your stupid questions. And I will call you out. And I will call you whatever I think is necessary or required to pull you across the goal line. When I say you're retarded, it's because you are retarded. For those of you in your late 40s and early 50s, for you to spend that much of your life wasted and come here, you should have killed yourself. Metaphorically speaking, of course. Because I would never want any of you. That's all horseshit. But it's good for the lawyers. I want everybody to live because everybody has a right to live. But you were raised just the opposite. Everybody, maybe not you, Herr Goering. Now, does he look like Elon Musk? Kind of a half-assed Elon Musk?
Without a doubt.
Without a fucking doubt. Are we ready?
Sure.
Okay. And when I'm going to tell you, even though I know you didn't read the link on etiquette. So I'm going to give you a brief little cursor. 1, the gals can sit down. The men stand up. Until I say be seated. Every place has a name tag. And the last person to be seated is the stupidest.
Gentlemen, they're not served.